Hey everybody. Great morning, people. How are you guys? So I'm out running errands this morning. As you guys know, I had surgery a couple weeks ago. Years. And I am out. Here we go. Let's see, is this gonna work? I'm out running errands. So I wanted to hop on here really quick and just talk about 3 lessons that I've learned about how to position yourself for massive success. And I want to make them super quick. So I'm just going to pull over here real quick and share this bit of insight with you guys because, it's so good. I read a post this morning. Hey, Tavy. I read a post this morning about just isolation, right? Sometimes quiet, not isolation, but being in the quiet and the stillness of your life, right? And phone keeps ringing. Sorry. I had a chance, you guys, and let me hold this because this little car thing is kind of breaking. But I've had a chance in the last couple of weeks to actually get some quiet time, right? So when you get downtime, you have the ability to really get some clarity and really understand like what's going on in the world, because slowing down actually gives you a chance to really process and get a lot of downloads from God. So one of the things that I want to share with you guys that has really been a big revelation for me, and this has been a revelation for years, but it's been about not focusing on what it is that you want, but focusing on the impact that you want to make, right? Not focusing on what it is that you want, but focusing on the impact that you want to make. Hey, Stacy. And why do I say that? Well, because guys, listen, there's a guy that I follow. This guy made $30 million last year. And one of the things that he talked about was, he talked about the difference between those who are ultra successful and those who have minimal success, right? Short-term success is that those who are ultra successful think for the long term, right? They think for the long term and they think for the level of impact that they want to make. And one of the things that he did was he shared a letter that Jeff Bezos sends out to his shareholders every year, right? Jeff Bezos, I think he started in 95 or 97, one of the two, right, of Amazon. And in his first letter that he sent to his shareholders for his company, for Amazon, back in the day when it was just about selling books, he created a level of values that he wanted to have for his company. I can't remember what the first one was, but the second one was building a customer obsessed culture, right? Now, obsessed might not be the best word, right? But he was talking about the fact that you want to live, when you're building a business or whatever it is that you're doing, you always want to think about who is going to impact, and you only make decisions around how it's going to change their life, right? You only make decisions around how it's going to change their life. And so the guy who I was watching this video from, he began to share how all the decisions that Amazon made was all focused around that outcome. So even down to the point of having meetings for their company, they wouldn't have business meetings until in order for them to have meetings, they think meetings are a waste of time, right? So if somebody wants to present something to Amazon on an idea that they want to incorporate into the company, they have to do a 7-page PR report as if it is like as if they're going to publish this in the Wall Street Journal, and that the Amazon customers are going to read it and they're going to be excited about it. So they can't even pitch ideas, or they can't even, make suggestions about what they should do until they actually sit down, think it through, map it out, and know that it's going to create the level of impact on the other side that is based on their values of focusing solely on the impact for the customer, right? In hearing that, a lot of us might be like, well, we don't want to be Amazon. We're on a smaller scale. Well, one of the things, guys, that we have to understand is that your life is designed for impact, right? You are a person that was put on this earth to impact other people. And when you start talking about purpose and you start talking about vision, a lot of times most of us don't know what our purpose is because we don't understand that purpose is not about accomplishment. Purpose is about impact. Purpose is about the ability to utilize who you are and what you have as a contribution to be an asset to somebody else's life. Now, unfortunately, most of us live our lives based on accomplishment and personal ambitions. What we don't understand is as you give, you shall receive. The Bible actually talks about that. He who wants to be first must become last, right? You know, it talks about so many different things, so many principles of the Bible. Actually, it's the opposite of what the world teaches, where we teach a lot of things that is about you doing this and you doing that. And I'll share with you guys, I'm gonna go to point number 2 in a second, but I'll share with you guys one of the things that I've had the biggest revelations on is stop trying to build a personal brand. Stop trying to build up your name, Nicole. Like, yes, you want to build a legacy for your family. Yes, you want to create, you know, wealth for your kids and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, it's not about a personality. It's not about your personal brand or your personal celebrity. It's about creating a movement. And in order to create real impact, it has to be a movement. A movement means that it's not a one-time encounter. It is something that I am shooting for, that I am willing to devote my life to make sure that on the other side of this, all of those that are impacted by this movement have longevity impact from this movement. And in business, guys, too many of us are focused on very short-term transactions with people. And I get it. Business, there are certain things that are going to be short-term, but I'm talking about from a bigger aspect of ultra success in your personal life. You want to think about, what is the long-term impact that I want to create? The second thing that I have discovered is understanding. And when you understand point number 1 about really being focused on the impact that you can create, the second thing is collaboration. You know, guys, I'm so excited about what I'm rolling out. I'm rolling out something that I've had a 7-year vision for, right? It came to me back in like 2012, and I started mapping it out. Maybe it came to me 2010. I started mapping it out in 2012, and it's been sitting there, right? It was this vision that I had. And the crazy thing is what I wanted to do was phenomenal, right? I've pitched it. I've gone to different pitches for, you know, these different startup companies and stuff like that. And nobody really could understand how we could bring it to life. And I didn't either. I was like, this is a great idea, but how in the world would I be able to do this? I realized it's not for me. I realized that it was me being the vessel to actually connect with other people that have a vision, and understanding that who I am and what gifts I have is actually supposed to be connected to other people. So it made me realize that I used to think that my life was one puzzle, right? And that every experience I had was different pieces of the puzzle. Well, God began to reveal to me that your life is a piece of a puzzle of a much, much bigger vision. And the people you get connected to in your life are other pieces of that puzzle, that when you guys interlock, you guys can have such a magnitude of impact on such a greater level, which is why collaboration is critical, which is point number 2. Guys, the worst thing we can do is try to do it all ourselves, figure it out all ourselves. I was talking to one of my clients the other day, and I said, the downside of being an entrepreneur, and especially in this space in this day and age of social media and all these things that we are preaching and teaching, I used to teach it and preach it too, is that we teach people to praise that they can do all things, right? Like, as an entrepreneur, you're superhuman, right? You can, shoot videos for your business. You can write sales copy. You can, come up with the ideas for your company, handle the bookkeeping, deal with your customer support. Like, we get excited, or we used to get excited about learning all these different components, right? And it's good to know stuff. But what I've learned is that you cannot have the level of impact that you truly desire for your vision without collaboration. One of the things that I'm launching in the fall is we're launching our academy. And one of the things that I've grown to study over the years, I used to call it personality-driven profits. But it really is about learning how to succeed according to your personality type. And I talk about the 4 different kind of colors: red, yellow, blue, green, right? Analytical person, the servant's heart, the visionary, and the person that is a power person. They're like the CEO. There's no way, according to your personality, that like as a blue, I'm a visionary. I have to have an executor, meaning I'm good at starting stuff, but I need a finisher, right? You have people who are really good at the details, but they need a visionary to help create a bigger picture. You're going to have people who are super analytical and they can put, the whole blueprint in place, cross every T, dot every I, but they may not have the energy to go out and attract the audience because they're usually an introverted person that's behind the scenes. All of us have different personality types, and we have to learn what our personality type is and how to invite other people into our life so that they can offset our weaknesses. So instead of spending tons of hours and hundreds and thousands of dollars trying to strengthen certain weaknesses that you're just never going to be good at because that's not how you're wired, you got to collaborate with other people that are really good at what they do, invite them into your life and let them complement what you do well so you can stay in your lane. All right. So point number 1 is actually thinking about the long-term impact that you can have on people, right? The long-term impact, the long-term vision of how you can impact people's lives. And then the second thing is collaboration, right? Collaboration. The third thing, guys, of being ultra successful, how to create ultra success, is don't despise your small beginnings. Unfortunately, we live in a society that wants us to come across as perfect. I hired a copywriter the other day, right? And I found her ad on Facebook, and her Facebook profile was awesome, right? I found her in like a Facebook group, and then I went to her Facebook page and she had her prices there and she had all this stuff really nicely laid out, right? So I reached out to her and she reached back out and we did a conference call, and when we got on the phone, come to find out she was new, right? She was just getting started. So she was super nervous and she was like, I just have to be honest with you, this is my first time and I just don't want to disappoint you. And so I had to get her to understand that it's okay for this to be your start, right? I'm glad she disposed that to me. I said, but I can't pay you like an experienced copywriter, but I'm willing to work with you so that I can support you and show you how to win in your ventures of copywriting. And I can share with you what I know. And as this mentorship happens, we can have some compensation, but it needs to be on the level according to your experience. And so Michelle just had to make one error. But I told her that I was willing to work with her. And so when we got on a call, she was frazzled again because she was submitting work to me. And she was like, I just don't want you to be disappointed. And I mean, she did a phenomenal job. And I said, listen, everybody has to start somewhere. I said, what I want you to understand about our culture that I really want to create, especially for people that are new and getting started, is that I don't want you to have any fears about failing. I want you to try everything and don't edit yourself. I said, and what I want you to do is when you need help, you come to me and you ask for help, and we'll work together and collaborate as you're growing in this process, because this is like an internship, right? She said she wanted to work with me in like an internship manner, right? And I was like, this is like an internship. Come to me, talk to me, tell me where you get stuff. But she's phenomenal. And I told her, I said, listen, I can't do the copywriting anymore. I need the help. And I appreciate that this is a gift that you want to develop, right? So whatever it is that I have to invest in you to help you get to that level, I'm willing to do it. Now, I don't always do that, right? I don't always want any, new people in certain capacities, but in this case, it's okay. The point is that don't despise small beginnings. We have to understand that all of us have to start somewhere. And I think most of us never get started on the things that we desire to do because we're concerned that it's not going to look perfect. We're not going to, it doesn't have the image of grandiosity. But guys, listen, Amazon started in his garage when he started selling books. I'm sure his website then didn't look anything like it did now. But he's now he has the most successful company in the world, right? On the planet Earth. He is the wealthiest man in the world, right? There's so many different layers to what got Jeff Bezos to where he is in Amazon, but it all started with starting somewhere. And so I want to encourage you guys on those 3 things, that success comes from incremental steps of taking action on the vision that God is giving you. And just to add a few other tips in there, guys, is it's okay to step back in order to move forward. So in other words, like for me, one of the things that I had to do, and I told somebody this the other day, is I had to release who I used to be. I had to let it go. I downsized my life. I downsized my overhead. I got rid of stuff. I let it go because I had a vision that needed me to focus and pay attention to that vision. And I had to understand that it was going to be a couple of years of sacrifice. It is. It's a couple of years of sacrifice. I'm not going to be, I downsized my car. Why? Because it was eating away a lot of money on gas, right? The car note was just too much. It was a lot of things. I downsized my house. Why? Because the maintenance was just I wanted to focus. I didn't want to live my life having to always be I had to pay X amount of overhead so that, I had to make X amount of dollars to cover the overhead of my cost of living. I wanted to minimize my cost of living so that I can put more money into hiring people to help bring my vision to life. And I had to accept that. It was very hard to humble myself, to downsize my lifestyle in order for me to invest in the vision that God has given me. But since I have done that, God, I have a staff of, I don't know, we probably have about a good 10 to 12 people on our team. And we're constantly growing and we're constantly doing things to evolve this vision. We're incorporating people and collaborating and we're doing all these different things. But it's come with such a sense of humility and an ability to get away from all the pressure and all the impressions that people are making on social media about what life is supposed to look like. Guys, if you want to play the long game, you're going to end up doing the complete opposite of everybody else. What do I mean by the long game? You stop chasing shiny objects. You stop doing things focusing on just the short term, right? You start making decisions on the long-term impact that is going to make. People come to me all the time with great opportunities that can make me a lot of money now, but I'm not focusing on making a lot of money now. I want to make consistent money over the long term. I want to be making money 10 years from now from the activities that I do today, which I did not necessarily position myself to do 10 years ago, which is fine. But now it's like, listen, I've paid my dues. I know enough. I've invested enough time. I've had enough success to know that short-term success is cute, but it's not, there's no real benefit, right? Like making money right now is awesome, but the best thing you can do is set yourself up for long-term consistent success so that the activities and the time, energy, and effort that you put into what that you're putting in today will actually be leading to a result 5, 10, 15 years from now, right? Before I was building other people's companies, their company would come, their company would go. And guess what? Every time their company would go, I had to hit the reset button and start from scratch. I had nothing out of it. I had nothing really to show for it except for a bunch of big checks and some plaques on the wall. But it didn't necessarily build on a continuous effort of growth to go somewhere. Now that I'm building my own business and my own company, it actually seems like the slow way, right? It seems like it's taking forever to get things going. And it's, but I think about Apple. I think about, Google. I think about all these companies out here, y'all. They don't just come up with an idea today, put it together tomorrow and put it to market next week. These people spend 2-3 years to bring something to market. They work on the next iPhone. Hopefully last time they released a bunch of them too fast, but they work on their products for a while to make sure that it is up to par and excellence for the audience, and then they release it. And so I had to get myself to understand that just because things don't look to be going fast, just because I'm not out here on social media pushing and promoting something I am right now. I'm selling all the 20 products that I've created over the last 10 years, but I'm saying this to say that we got to understand that it's not about what you tell the world that you're doing, but it's about what you're investing in the vision that God has given you that's going to create an impact that the world will discover you've invested in years from now, right? They'll realize that, I realize you put a lot of effort into this. You've been working on this for a while. You create something that lasts. Is built to last. So I want to encourage you guys to understand, listen, success it's not they always talk about it's not a sprint, it's a marathon, but it's a journey. And you have to understand these 3 things. The ability to know everything you do in life is about impact. It's also important to collaborate and understand that you got to honor your small beginnings. And when you guys begin to do that, when you start slowing yourself down, take the pressure off of yourself and start saying to yourself, you know what? I can build this. It's all going to be worth it. And I'm going to invest the necessary time, energy, and effort to make it happen. You will be surprised how everything starts aligning and things will begin to come in order. So Tavy was saying, yes, it takes you a little longer when it's all you, but there's so much more security and foundation. Yeah, but here's the thing, Tavy, it doesn't have to be all you for long, right? In the beginning, you have the vision, you have the goals, you have the insight, but with that vision that you have, it's other people out here that can support that vision, that want to support that vision, and it will allow you to 10x your output, right? Your outcome. And so in the beginning, it is going to be you. It was me for the last 7 years. I've been trying to figure out how to bring this thing to life. And finally, I realized everything I've been doing is now falling into place into how we're going to bring this thing to life. And so you guys stay tuned for it. I'm so ready to launch. God, it's been an idea sitting in incubation too long. But here's the thing, what I am doing now, and many of you guys can look out for it. Over the past 10 years, I've created so many different courses, so much content, and thank God it's not in vain, right? These things are, we actually have courses that I just never kept promoting and marketing. For the duration of the summer, we will be doing a summer pay what you want, right? For all the products that I've ever created on things like just developing the mindset, right, to attract people. It's called How to Market Yourself for Social Media Millions. I created that course years ago, but I watched it the other day. I was like, yo, this was real good. And me and somebody else were talking, and it was like, sometimes I feel like I was ahead of my time in 2010, right? Because there was so much insight that I had that I actually still have today, that during that time, I didn't realize how valuable it was for overall life success. So that training, I have trainings on how to focus. I have trainings on, if you want to make right now income selling things out your house, because we made like almost $16,000 when we were selling everything out of our house. And we actually did an auction on Facebook. Somebody reached out to me the other day. Y'all, I think I did $4,000 selling books on Facebook for an auction, okay? I had a library of books that when we were downsizing our house, I had all kind of products that I had purchased. I mean, really good stuff. My library was worth thousands of dollars. But we did an auction, and somebody inboxed me the other day. She was like, do you have any books? I would love to buy a collection of your books. I was like, I sure do. I'm going through downsizing again. I keep purging. And the thing is, guys, is that you guys have so much value around you right now to fund your life, right? So I did a book on how my family and I made $16,000 in, I don't know, was it 2 weeks? I don't know how many weeks it was. It was multiple weeks, but we have that coming out. But if you get on our list at yoursixfigureyear.com, and that's spell it out SIX, you will actually be able to see the different products that we have to actually support you in different ways if you want to learn about building a list. But here's what we're going to be doing in the fall, guys. And this is, let me give you guys a preview of the company that I'm launching, that I'm so grateful that I finally slowed down to put into place. As an entrepreneur, so many of us have everybody pitching things to us, right? You know, and that's why I'm releasing all my courses, and we're going to retire them, and I'm building out my training community. A lot of us, we are getting fed so many different things, and we don't have that roadmap. We don't have the roadmap of what we should be focusing on based on where we are. We don't have a roadmap to understand who we are and how we think and how we function. Oh shoot, I gotta go. My husband probably watching this, waiting on me. But many of us need guidance. We need insight to be able to understand how to bring our goals to life in a structured way without all these different steps that we have to take at one time. We're going to create that roadmap for you guys. And we're going to show you what to focus on based on where you are. And we're going to provide mentorship in our community. And we want to help you grow your business. So it's not just about selling you courses and making right now money, but we literally want to help be a part of your evolution as an entrepreneur, and not focusing on, like I said, just making money, but how to really successfully build a business. Understanding things like the money management side, understanding things like how to hire and put people in place, how to budget so that you can have staffing, all these different things. It's tons of things that, but it's all going to be structured, right? We're all going to put it in place. This thing has been in my head and I've been mapping it out. So depending upon what career path you want, I'm going to put this here because I got to start driving. But depending upon what career path you want to take, I'm going to help show you guys what to focus on and what key things you need to put in place, right? So for example, basically what it is it's teaching people how to create careers from home. You can get on our list. It's online, careersacademy.com. We do not have a lot there yet. We're doing all the back end stuff for the infrastructure. So go ahead and get on that list so you can get updated. I'm grassrooting this thing so y'all can walk with me on this journey. It's not perfect. My sales funnel's not perfect. My email campaign's not perfect. All I know is we're launching. We're going to put this out into the world, and we're going to help people change their lives, because as you guys know, that the middle class is going to be gone in the next 10 years. You're either going to be rich or you're going to be poor. There is no middle class anymore, all right? Meaning that tons of jobs are going to be leaving. Tons of people their lifestyles are going to be completely compromised. A lot of stuff that we knew it is going to be gone. As you guys know, every single, is it decade or century? Which one is decade is 100 years, right? Every decade things shift. I think that's it. Century. It's a century. 20th century, 30th, 21st century, right? We are now in the 21st century, in the info age and the tech age. And we are still doing things from the industrial age, from the 20th century. All that stuff's going to be wiped out. That's why online training, and Tavy posted this the other day. Tavy, I screenshot what you put up there, but she said the info product online e-learning community is going to be worth, I think, what she said, like 100 billion or some crazy number. But people are going to be looking for ways to create their own income from home, right? They're going to be looking for ways. I had a desire, me and my husband talk about how bad poverty is. I lived in California. Y'all know I just moved here to Tennessee from California. I'm from LA, and the homeless population is so bad in LA. It is so bad. I mean, every corner you hit, every street you hit, I'm talking from Santa Monica to Malibu to you name it, all over, all up and down the coast, all the rich areas, even in Orange County, which is one of the most expensive counties in Southern California. They have this strip that is like a running strip where people are pitching tents. And they're pitching tents, and people don't know where to go because they can't afford the living. And me and my husband talked about poverty, and I said, we have to figure out how to help the average person win. And that's my whole focus now, is I want to help 1 million people in the next 10 years escape poverty by learning how to create their own careers. But here's the thing, I'm not doing this on my own. So what we're creating in our company, Online Careers Academy, is we are bringing in people who specialize in different things, so that as you are building out your business, we have people that are good in specific areas, and they're going to come and we have like a path that you take, right? So when you're first launching your business, the only thing that matters when you're launching a business is knowing what your offer is, knowing what your pricing is, and knowing who your customer is, and getting to them and making sales. All that other stuff doesn't matter. Branding does not matter. Having a beautiful website design doesn't matter. Running ads doesn't even matter. I'm going to teach y'all how to go out and get business from your neighborhood, from your community, because somebody needs you right now. A lot of people never get to the money because they're trying to learn stuff that is 2 or 3 years away from what they should be focusing on based on where they are in their business. So we'll have different levels and different layers and different people teaching different things in this path. You're going to have a curriculum like college, where you have your general courses that you'll learn. You'll have specialty niches. And then we have our pods, our cohorts. We come together, we mastermind, we help each other. I mean, it's going to be phenomenal. But it took a community to bring that thing to life. And the whole mission is to help people learn how to really run a business, because I see people taking classes and you get training on one thing, and now you're trying to go out here and make 6 figures, 7 figures, but you don't know how to run a business. You don't know how to service clients. You don't know how to put proposals together. You don't know how to pitch your proposals to people. You don't know how to talk to people. You don't even know how to ask for the business. You don't know how to close the sale. You don't know how to collect the money. It's so many things that people don't even know that are the basic fundamentals, that a lot of times we're trying to teach them all this heavyweight stuff that even if they get the leads, right? Even if they get the leads, let's say you go out here and you drop $1,000 a month on Facebook ads trying to generate business for your company, but you don't know how to close sales on the phone. So your phone is ringing off the hook, but you don't like talking to people because you're scared to ask for the money. If you spending $1,000 a month on ads and you're generating, 100 new people that you're not closing no business on, that's an issue. So those things are things we're going to cover. It's a lot, guys. You guys are going to see me do a lot more videos kind of breaking these different aspects of it down in business and life and things to do to get your business going. But one of the things that I'm going to encourage you guys to do is really begin to think about the impact you want to make, who's around you that you can collaborate with to bring your vision to life, and what are the small steps that you need to take to start manifesting a big vision. What are the small steps? Everybody, we all got to start somewhere. Don't despise your small beginnings. Stop trying to look like a superstar in the beginning. Instead, humble yourself and say, hey, I need help. Be willing to reach out to somebody, ask for advice, invest in mentors, spend your money on help, y'all. Create a budget to be able to hire and help. One of the things I've always done in business was put at least 25% of my income aside to hire people. So if I'm making $10,000 to $2,500, well, shoot, you got to put your tax money aside first. And then whatever is left after that, you take a percentage of that and put it to the side to hire help, because we all need somebody to help us advance. So anyway, I could talk about this stuff for hours, and I've been in my doggone house for 2 weeks from this surgery. So a lot of stuff is running through my head. But guys, I'm really looking forward to, if you're a person really wanting to evolve your business, you have a big vision, you want to win, you need resources, you need help, you need to get connected to real people that really want to see you win and they know what the heck they're doing and they can give you the resources you need to go to a whole nother level, then we're going to be creating that community for you. If you are a leader watching this and you want to be a part of this community, because Tavy, I know you're on here, you're already at the top of my list to reach out to. If you're a leader and you want to be a part of this movement, reach out to me, y'all. I tell people, Jessica is on here. That's my copywriter. Hey, Jessica. But I tell people, this is not, I realize this is not about Nicole. This is not building a Nicole Cooper brand. This is not about me being a superstar. This is not about me trying to come out here and showboat what I've done and who I am and what I know. This is me saying, I've been in the game long enough to know that there are beautiful, amazing people out here who are extremely talented, but they're isolated doing this stuff on their own. And I need to find a way to bring us together to really create an impact as a community that will put all of us at a level that will totally change the game. They say a rising tide raises all boats, and that's what we're going to be doing. So reach out to me. So anyway, guys, I am sweating because my air is off because I don't want it to blow into the phone. But I look out for that. The info's coming soon. If you want to get on our information list, we don't have a lot to share yet, but you can join us at Online Careers Academy. We will be opening up our Facebook community within the next week or two for you guys to be a part of, so that we can start hearing, what do you need? Where are you in your business? How can we support you? I'm also going to have a free quiz that you guys can take that'll help you understand your personality type so that you can create success according to who you are and stop trying to focus on things that you probably aren't good at. So we're going to be doing that. So get on our list. We'll have a lot of great and amazing things for you, and I gotta go. Have a great day, y'all. Nicole S. Cooper here, but go to onlinecareersacademy.com or Your Six Figure Year with SIX figure.com, and I gotta get into my gate, and sixfigurecareersacademy.com, and not Six Figure Careers Academy, I'm merging the two. Online Careers Academy or Your Six Figure Year, spelling out SIX. Okay? All right, guys, I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Great things on the horizon. Have a great day. Bye.